Hi everyone, it's Happy Mail Queen. Today's video is a process video. These are the cards that I recently shared on my last video, and we will be doing a process video creating this Easter easel card. Get your supplies and let's get started. Start with an 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. We're going to cut this in half, so we'll cut at the 4 1/4 inch. And you're going to end up with two pieces measuring 4 1/4 by 11 inch. Then we're going to go ahead and cut one of them down to 5 1/2 inches. So you're going to have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece, and then the longer piece. Then you want to get your scoreboard. Take the longer piece and we are going to score that at 5 1/2. So at the 5 1/2 mark, go ahead and score. And then to the left of that or the right of that, doesn't matter, but I did to the left of that. We're going to score at 2 3/4. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and fold our score lines. And this will create our easel card. So you're basically scoring in half and then scoring one side in half as well. As you can see here, I'm folding it. Just go ahead and burnish that with your bone folder, and now we have our easel base. Then that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 front front panel, I guess you can say, we are going to glue that to the lower half of our easel piece here. So I'm just using the Nouveau glue and adhering that bottom half to that front panel. And this will be the base of our easel card. So just make sure that it's nice and lined up so that the easel card sits, nice and straight up. And that is your base. Really easy, right? These panels here measure 4 by 5 1/4. And that's to leave a little bit of a border. I actually used a die, but if you don't have a die, go ahead and just cut your panels by hand. And then these are my other die cuts that I'm going to be decorating with. I already put the foam on the back of these so it'll be easy to glue. I do use double-sided tape as well as hot glue, so you're going to see I kind of switch around with my adhesives and glue. And then of course you need your flowers or anything you want to decorate your front panel with, and of course you want a sentiment. I use the Odds and Ends and Chit Chat from Doodlebug Bunny Hop, and I also use the glitter cardstock from Doodlebug, and this satin finish mint cardstock from Alina Crafts. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel off part of the double-sided tape here so that I can center that in the very front of my card. And we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue again in the center. And so far this glue gun is not plugging up on me, so so far so good, and I haven't had to use the cap to unplug it or anything. So just a little side note there. The precision press glue press is working. All right, so let's go ahead and just use our bone folder to flatten that out, make sure that everything's adhered nicely. And then we're also going to do the back panel, which is going to be your very bottom base. So I'm going to do the same thing again. And I like using double-sided tape for this process because I can center it better. And so my border is nice and even, because I find if I use wet glue, for some reason I just can't seem to, I don't know, line it properly or center it. So that is why I decided to use the double-sided tape. But just for reinforcement, because sometimes the double-sided tape peels off, like eventually after years. So that's why I put a little bit of the white glue in the center. Okay, so this is pretty much ready to be decorated. Okay, so just find your front. Make sure you're decorating the right side. Let's see, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this lacy oval. This is the Spellbinders die. I had mentioned it on my previous video. And I'm actually going to use hot glue. But on my other cards, I didn't use hot glue. I did use Fabri-Tac. But since I had my glue gun on right now, I decided to just go ahead and use the hot glue. Because I'm hot gluing the foam, you know, not directly on the satin finish paper. Otherwise, you would see the glue lines. So I hope that made sense. So anyway, there we go. There's one. And then this one I'm going to keep flat. I'm not going to put any dimension on this one, dimensional, what do I want to say? Foam, dimensional double-sided foam or foam. Just because I want to keep it flat, I don't need it to be too bulky, especially if you're going to mail this out to somebody. You definitely don't want to add any more layers, dimensional layers. All right, so then just be careful of the glue there. Kind of seeped out a little bit. Here again, I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue, and that should adhere nicely to the glitter cardstock. I'm peeling off the adhesive here, the double-sided foam tape, and then I'm just going to go ahead and center that, and that'll do it nicely. And then this is my label here. And I showed that on my last video. That was from a Cuttlebug, a very old Cuttlebug label die. It's like an embosslet, or I don't know what they're called. They're like, it embosses and it cuts. And this Easter here is again from the Chit Chat, from the Bunny Hop Doodle Bug collection. And I'm not in frame here because I had a hard time centering that Easter. And I did use a die to cut out that Easter, and I used Scrap Diva Designs pin flags so that it had the stitched accent on that. So here I'm just hot gluing my Wild Orchid Craft flowers, which I'm out of these now. I'm almost out. I have just a little bit, but I'm out of the pink ones. I'm out of the blues, the aqua blue ones. I have a few of the yellow and lighter blue, but anyway, I need some more. This double-sided foam tape here, I do like to use the Dollar Tree one. I think they're called mounting foam. but it seems to work fine. And I only use it on the ends here because that oval part is already popped up, so I didn't need to put any more dimension. So I just used double-sided tape in the center of that Easter label. So there we have it. I forgot to record. I didn't get to record when I put the little bling, but I did add some crystals on the center of my flowers, as well as on parts of that oval piece. And I don't remember if I also showed that I used, I glued my bow on the top. But anyway, I'm still working on this panel here on the bottom, where I'm going to put the 3x3 sticky notes. And I'm using this Cricut cardstock here, which is nice and shiny. It's the holographic one, and I like the smooth and shiny because that way when you stick the sticky notes, and then when you run out of the sticky notes and you have to place another sticky notepad on there, it's not gonna tear the paper. So I chose this particular glossy cardstock so that it doesn't get ruined when you're putting the sticky notes on there. So I'm gonna also use this ribbon just to make sure my easel card stands well and stays on there. It stays up right. I'm putting some hot glue at the end here so it doesn't fray when I cut one of the loops, or when I cut between the loops. Otherwise the loop tends to unravel, which I think still happened here. I think it's still somewhat unraveled at the edge there. I really didn't need to do all this though, because I was going to cover it up with a flower anyway. But here I'm just making sure that it's not unraveling at the end. I really hate that when it frays at the end. Okay, so I'm just going to hot glue this down, which that's what I usually use, hot glue, when I'm putting trim down. So just going to glue that whole strip. And there we go. Wait for that to dry. And put a little more glue here. I only did half of it. And now I'm adhering the other half. Okay, so that is that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put the flowers at the end. So I have a couple more white flowers. And you could put one in the middle too if you want. But like I said, I was kind of running out of flowers. So I decided to just put them on the side because I made several of these cards. So I used up a lot of my Wild Orchid Craft flowers. Okay, and the last thing is just taping on that 3x3 sticky note pad. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed my process video. Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Okay, I'll see you on my next video. Bye!